The story of the lemonade stand tycoon. The scorching summer sun beat down on the suburban streets of Oak Creek. For most, it was a time for pool parties and ice cream, but for 9-year-old Leo, it was an opportunity. His eyes, full of a curious glint, watched the neighborhood kids race by on their bikes. He wasn't interested in games. He was interested in business. He had just read a book on basic economics, and the idea of earning his own money was a fire lit inside him. With a week of hard-earned allowance, he had invested in lemons, sugar, and a few dozen plastic cups. His first business was about to open. Leo's business plan was simple. He would set up his lemonade stand right in front of his house, on the corner of Maple and Elm, the busiest intersection in the neighborhood. He spent the entire morning squeezing lemons, mixing sugar, and perfecting his recipe. He even added a little mint for a refreshing twist, something the economics book hadn't mentioned. By noon, his stand was ready. A brightly colored sign scrawled, with his best handwriting, announced, "Leo's Lemonade, the coolest drink in town, only 50 cents. The first hour passed with a silent anticipation. The sun was hot, but his pitcher remained full. Saw a few cars slow down, but no one stopped. His confidence, once a towering skyscraper, began to crumble into a small pile of bricks. A wave of doubt washed over him. Had he miscalculated? Was the location wrong? The mint a bad idea? His parents, watching from the window, offered words of encouragement, but Leo felt the first sting of failure. Then, a cyclist approached. A man with a friendly smile wiping sweat from his brow. "One lemonade, please," he said. Leo's heart pounded with excitement. He poured a cup, handed it over with a slightly shaky hand, and took the 2 shiny quarters. The first sale. The man took a long sip, and his eyes widened. "Wow, kid, this is good. Really good." Bought another cup for his friend, who was a few yards behind him. Leo's lemonade stand was officially open for business. The next few days were a blur of activity. Customers came from all over the neighborhood. Leo's little stand became a landmark. The money piled up in his cash box, and his smile grew wider with every clink of a coin. He started offering a new deal: buy 2, get 1 half of 5. He was a natural-born entrepreneur. The supply of lemons and sugar couldn't keep up with the demand. He had to ask his parents to drive him to the supermarket multiple times a day. His profits soared, and his reputation as the lemonade boy spread. But success, as Leo would soon learn, attracts competition. Across the street, a new lemonade stand popped up. It was run by a girl named Mia, who was a year older and had a more modern, professional-looking stand. Her sign read, "Mia's Sweet Sips, 2 for 1 deal." Her prices were lower, and her deals were more aggressive. Leo's customer base began to dwindle. People would walk past his stand, give him a sympathetic nod, and head straight to Mia's. Taste of victory turned bitter. Leo was in a crisis. His loyal customers were gone. He couldn't lower his prices anymore. He was barely making a profit. He couldn't compete with her deals. He felt like giving up. He even considered selling his remaining lemons in cups. But then he remembered the words from his economics book. Innovation is the key to outlasting the competition. He looked at his competitor's stand. Mia's was about price. He needed to be about something more. He spent the next day not on sales, but on research and development. He experimented with different fruits, spices, and even tried a fizzing sensation with club soda. He threw away dozens of cups of failed experiments. His mother, an excellent baker, suggested he try something unexpected. That's when the idea hit him. He wasn't just selling lemonade, he was selling a refreshing experience. The next morning, his stand looked different. It was cleaner, with colorful balloons tied to the posts. The sign was new and bold. It read, "Leo's Gourmet Lemonade." Below it, a menu: classic lemonade, strawberry sunrise, and a third, more mysterious option, the Blue Thunder. He had created a blue lemonade using a special natural dye from butterfly pea flower, which changed color from blue to purple when lemon was added. He also offered a frequent sipper card, where every 5th cup was free. His prices were higher, but the value was greater. He wasn't just a lemonade stand. he was a destination. The first customer who ordered the Blue Thunder was a little girl. She watched in awe as Leo poured the blue liquid into her cup, then added a splash of lemon juice, and the drink swirled into a vibrant purple right before her eyes. She screamed with delight. People gathered to watch the magic show. This wasn't just a drink, it was an attraction. Word spread like wildfire. Mia's stand was still focused on price, but Leo's was focused on experience. People were willing to pay a little more for the magic show and the unique flavors. His business began to flourish once more, surpassing even his initial success. He hired his younger sister to help him, paying her a small commission on every sale. He learned about delegating, managing, and most importantly, adapting. His little stand became a mini corporation, a local sensation. At the end of the summer, Leo had saved enough money to buy himself a brand new bike, and he even had some left over to start a savings account. He learned that business wasn't just about making money. It was about solving problems, being creative, and serving your customers in a way no one else can. His competition, Mia, eventually realized this too. She came over one day and asked him for some advice on her own business. Leo, ever the generous entrepreneur, happily shared his wisdom. The sun set on Oak Creek, but for Leo, a new dawn was beginning. He was no longer just the boy with the lemonade stand. He was the future of business, a young tycoon with a pitcher of lemonade, a pocket full of coins, and a heart full of big ideas. Moral of the story: innovation is the key to success. Imagine you're Leo. Would you have lowered your prices or changed your product? Let me know your strategy in the comments.